Yo, 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 what's the word? Check it out. It's your boy Classic from Classic Live. Hey, before we get started, I'm gonna need y'all to do two things. Make sure that you tap that like on this video and subscribe if you haven't done so. If you're new to this channel, get us in the algorithm. Do what you need to do, man, to support your boy. If you're on a different platform, make sure you do the same thing. And also, retweet the video, hit the video with a heart. Show your brother some love, man. Before we get started with this video, though, I have to address everything that happened yesterday. Normally, I go live Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, but I had a video shoot and a session to do that took up a lot of my time. Shout out to Fatal, shout out to Bishop Lamont. We had Raz Cat. It was so many people that pulled up there. Salute to Brandon also. It was his birthday yesterday, so it was a pool party, music video / studio session, and a celebration all in one. So all of that, it was pretty dope. Definitely have a lot of stuff that's on the music side that's going on that's occupying a lot of my time, to where I'm trying to juggle going live, going to studio sessions, work on beats, do a little bit of everything, and still cater to the platforms that I have. I have the Classic Live channel, then I got the Classic Music channel. Classic Music has 30,000 subscribers on there. It's heavily focused on hip hop shorts and different events and everything. So, I normally try to make a live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. I normally try to make, clips for this channel and stuff. And then, on the other channel, I do the shorts. So, excuse me if I wasn't consistent, with the schedule on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. But man, it's been a whole lot of stuff going on. And I'm gonna keep y'all updated with that, because I'm pretty sure y'all gonna want to hear the music and check out the videos when they release them. But on to what we talking about in the title. Cassie has done the unthinkable. Now, I've heard, rumors or people speculating to what's been going on, and it don't seem too too shabby right now. She has a situation where they said that she fled the country. You feel me? They said that she fled the country. And the reason why she fled the country is because people are hitting her with different lawsuits. And when I say the people, it's the people that was alleged in this whole Diddy situation. So Diddy had his justice, and he's been locked up for all the stuff that he's been found guilty of. And it's crazy that Cassie was able to sue Diddy, win money, and then turn around and testify against Diddy. Now, what we all seen on the Diddy tapes, as far as him and her being in that hotel, what he did, that wasn't right at all. So nobody's condoning, nobody's justifying that. But what people are having complaints with is the fact that she was in a situation with Diddy to where, and let's just be real, she had a lot of benefits going on from sleeping with these different guys. Now, everybody isn't like that, but for those that want to paint the picture of Cassie being this innocent lady, if y'all know y'all history, Cassie started off dating Ryan Leslie. And it's very ironic, the biggest song that Cassie produced, the Me and You record, just me and you, that crazy whack lullaby type of song, Ryan Leslie produced that. So as she had a hit song produced by her boyfriend at the time, you telling me she dipped off and started dealing with Diddy because Diddy had a bigger opportunity? So that just kind of showed you like how, I don't think she's 100% innocent like that. What up, D Love? Not rescue you, Ryan Leslie. Yes, Ryan Leslie, the music producer. Now, Ryan Leslie, that dude's very talented. I can't lie. He was low key one of the next producers to come up, but I really believe Diddy put that black ball out there on him to where he wasn't going to be successful. no time, no time soon if Diddy was around, because he saw something that he wanted and he ended up pursuing her. So it's ironic that Cassie was with Ryan Leslie when they started off, and then all of a sudden she ended up with Diddy. So, so yeah. The crazy thing is that now they're saying that she has fled the country so she don't be convicted, or they can't follow up with these different claims. Now, one of these people that came out was a guy that was he wasn't on the alleged S tapes, and if y'all seen that, they got these, man. I'm scrolling on X, right? And then I come across this video and it's all red. And then next thing you know, I see Diddy. I see some other female in there. I mean, I see some other dude in there, and I see some female, which was 50 Cent baby mama. Man, and man, the stuff that she was doing in that video, we can't talk about that on YouTube, but I wish I never would have saw that. I didn't look at that whole video. I think the video down there like 30 minutes long. It's like a 40-minute video. So I don't know all the type of stuff that was going on in there, but I'm telling you, that's crazy. So just to go back on Cassie, people would have the perception that, Cassie was forced to engage in these adult acts. But from all these other people that was involved also, they were saying like damn near, the Daphne Joys and the Cassies, allegedly, they was behind the scene controlling everything. But, of course, they can just say that, hey, I didn't want to do none of that stuff. I was forced. Diddy made me do it. And with Diddy having the reputation that he had, of course, people are going to assume that that's true. So that's crazy. We got D-Lo saying, yep, I can see that. I think she was a bag chaser. And that's the sad part about it. Like, it really do seem like she was chasing a bag. Or not, you know what? She was leveling up, because they say, I can't speak for all women, but a lot of women are hypergamous, meaning that they'll be down for you until a bigger and better opportunity come along. Just as they say, you're only as loyal as you can cheat. So if nobody wants you, yeah, of course you're going to be super loyal. But if you always getting pulled and tugged at by different people, of course that's going to give you more opportunity to slip up. So the thing is that, yeah, I would say Cassie was being very opportunist in this situation. We talked about the whole Ryan Leslie situation, how she dipped from him and then she got with Diddy. When it's stuff like, but she was with Diddy for a long time. Didn't go nowhere, but I'm pretty sure she was getting her pockets filled and everything, so she was satisfied to a certain degree. But as soon as she got tired with that, she ended up going with the choreographer that was a part of Bad Boy. So it show you that, she kind of sneaky, man. Like, a lot of people was thinking like she was getting treated like trash and everything and wasn't doing anything. I'm pretty sure she was doing her shit on the side too. We seen in the Diddy documentary where she was allegedly messing around with Kid Cudi to the point to where what Diddy was going to do what to her, to his car. They said he was going to blow that motherfucker up. You feel me? So yeah, I'm pretty sure Cassie done got a lot of people messed up dealing with her. And that, you said it. She didn't have to be faithful to him, just loyal. And Diddy, he seemed like the type that, you don't have to be faithful, because in those acts of sharing your woman, that isn't nothing. You're not being no type of faithful in that. So I agree. She just wanted him to be loyal. I mean, he just wanted her to be loyal so he can do whatever he want to do, but knowing that she's not leaving nowhere, So yeah, Cassie, she isn't as innocent as she looks. People We had that believe all women. We had that era go on and kind of pass. So she's not one of those that you can actually believe. And things aren't looking good right now. And let's get into this video. This video is by D-Love's favorite YouTuber. You feel me? Let's check it out. We got this video by Poetic Flacco. And he said that, man, really terrible news for Cassie. It is crazy, man. So let's see what Stutterbot's got to say about everything, man. Let's share this. Let's share this. Man. Great. I just exit out the fucking video. What the fuck? All right. Oh shit. Hold up, man. I'm tripping over here. Oh man. But yeah, man, this whole pretty crazy with Cassie. And as they said, it seemed like the chickens are coming home to roost. What the fuck? All right, bet. Let me get through this commercial. Share the screen. Right there.
Car accident. Insurance companies will hit you with some low offer,
Yeah, so
like
this video
7
about
grand,
Poetic
9 grand,
Flacco,
maybe
man,
17 grand, and make it sound like they're helping you. But let's be real,
I
they're
know
not
you-
trying to help you. They're trying to close your case for as cheap as possible. And the
Really terrible news for Cassie. Cassie is ducking and dodging the very same accountability she asked us to give Diddy. This victim advocate is nowhere to be found when it's time to get the other victims their justice, when it's time to hold people accountable for victimizing them. And the reason why she's nowhere to be found when it comes to getting other victims in this Diddy and Cassie situation justice is because their justice is going to come at the price of Cassie's $30 million fortune that she got in this Diddy settlement and possibly Cassie's freedom. So when it's time to get other victims justice, she don't want to get them justice because it's going to cost her everything. And she's running and ducking and dodging her accountability. Cassie is being sued. She's currently in the middle of a lawsuit with this guy called Clayton Howard. He's one of the dudes that Diddy hired to be involved in this menage a trois with him and Cassie. Now, the courts were trying to figure out, man, why Cassie hasn't been coming to court. All right, so Cassie was forced to let the court know exactly what's been going on. And she told the court that she has fled the United States. Not only did she flee the United States, Cassie was honest with them folks. She let them know, hey, I reside outside of the United States. I do not intend to move back to the United States at all. I am completely done with the US. I would never, ever in the history of Earth live in the US again. Probably she's done even.
Yo, that's crazy. So low key, would y'all say that that's fair? That she was able to get her justice from the stuff that she had to suffer from. And now when somebody is turning the tables on her, now she wanna dip, baby, dip. Come on now. Like that isn't fair. Got that bread and hopped in the plane. Hey, that's what I'm saying. She committed down there one of the biggest frauds out there. And then now she's walking away scot-free. Like that, I don't know about that, man. Like, and if you telling them people, hey, I have no concerns of coming back. Yeah, man, you on some Russell Simmons type shit. That nigga Russell Simmons was accused of some stuff. That nigga run without the DMC. That nigga with the ran to Bali. You feel me? So that's crazy. Nope. She should have to come back. That's what I'm saying, man. That is not cool at all. You can be victimized and do all this stuff, and then now all of a sudden, when people want to get that justice on you, you dipping. That's wild. Yeah, not Russell, man. That nigga been gone Indian pose and doing yoga stuff and all that shit. That nigga's nowhere to be found. Man, these people are crazy. They got some nerve. They sure do.
Visiting the U.S. She's not stepping foot back on this soil. She told the court, hey, if this lawsuit is still proceeding, even though I don't live in the States anymore, can we move this to New York so my lawyers can get to court easily? Because y'all would never see me. I'm not coming back. I'm sorry. She literally told them folks, I'm not coming back. I have no intentions on ever coming back. Y'all can move this to New York and my lawyers can come to court. But I even think that's a ploy. I even think her lawyers coming to court is just to stall this long enough for her to receive that $10 million settlement that she's owed from the hotel. Cassie is still owed a $10 million settlement from the Intercontinental Hotel because I guess they have footage of Diddy whooping on her and they sold the footage to Diddy for like $250 and they never released it and they made it very difficult for Cassie to get the footage. And they essentially was co-conspirators in hiding Diddy committing this crime against her. So she won this $10 million settlement. Now, this settlement is still in transit. So if this lawsuit is settled and he get like a default judgment, he could go after her $10 million settlement before she even gets it. So I think Cassie is just stalling and holding off until she gets that settlement. And now she's overseas. She can hide her money in a bunch of foreign accounts, foreign banks, and he would never get a dime. And she has pretty much let it know that's her intent. Because Cassie was not Diddy's victim. Cassie was a co-conspirator. Now, Diddy did some atrocious things to Cassie. We understand that. But Cassie, for the most part, was more of a co-conspirator than she was a victim. Cassie was the one who transported the male gigolos to the free calls. She paid for their transportation. They all testified and said the person who gave them the cash was Cassie. You know, the person who owned a male gigolo website said it was Cassie who used her debit card to pay for the services. So Cassie was essentially like guilty of everything Diddy got found guilty of. Cassie was guilty.
Lo and behold, I've been saying that. And the crazy part about it is, if you was to say that, hey, she was kind of complicit in some of that stuff, she wasn't this whole helpless victim as everybody made it seem like, they will look at you as the person, oh, you just hate women, you don't like what's going on, this, and that. But hey, you was transporting these gigolos to here and there, you was paying for certain services. Like, now that part, as far as paying for the services, that could be on some strategic part of the game to where, you know, he don't want certain things to look like it's coming directly from him. So use her as the person of resource. So if anything was to come down with like bank statements, then it wouldn't fall back on him. I don't necessarily agree on that one, but just the whole fact of, come on now, like, you having all these orgies and all this stuff, multiple partners and these people that specialize in that type of stuff, that's like me being in a situation to where I'm saying, oh, my girl forced me to be with all these big booty Latinas, all these BBL strippers and stuff. You feel me? Like, come on now, like, you might not want to do each and every one of them, but you can't tell me that that was something that you was just turning down because you didn't want to do that. Like, you know, that's the thing that I find a real problem with, to where she basically had her cake and ate it too, to where she got paid. She got the pleasure that she wanted. She got paid from the pleasure that she wanted. And then on top of that, she got to look like the victim out of everything. So, you know, that shit is crazy. Yeah, D-Love over there laughing, shaking my head. Yeah, like that. So many opportunities to get away. That's what I'm saying. She like, she had so many different opportunities to get away. And I'm not gonna lie, Diddy did seem like a person that was ultra possessive. So with somebody being ultra possessive and stuff like that and being a factor, I can understand to a certain degree, but come on now. If you knew all of this stuff that was going on, shit, you ain't in the streets. You could have dropped a dime on that nigga like that. You see how you still testified against Diddy after you receive your money. And even if you didn't want to, you wouldn't have pulled up, you would have tried to find a way to get ghost. But you had the government cover for you basically. Well, they're saying I have to testify. I guess I have to do it, knowing damn well that's something that you've been wanting to do. So it's just I'm sorry, I don't believe her. It's too much evidence pointing to the fact of it looked like she had a lot of enjoyment out of that. Yep, she did, in my opinion. Yeah, man. Exactly, D-Love. I don't agree with what she's been saying. And it's crazy how she's just able to, and she's telling people what she's about to do or what she's currently doing, and they're not going to stop her like that. That's wild. This low-key remind me of like the end of The Usual Suspect, Kaiser Sose. He was painting this picture of all this crazy stuff being done, and come to find out Kaiser Sose was the main person being interrogated, and then he left scot-free at the end. He was walking around with a disability at first, and then by the end of the movie, this nigga was walking all smooth and straight. So this seemed like the same situation where she's playing everybody that's willing to listen to her. Let's keep it going.
Of transporting like people and trafficking people for sex work, like that. So to me, Cassie is making the right decision. Get out of Dodge, get out the country, leave, so they can't prosecute you, or they don't feel like it's worth their time to prosecute you. And then also too, these lawsuits, she's gonna lose these lawsuits. She's 100% gonna lose these lawsuits. She victimized these men. Now, the one dude who she victimized, he has came out since to give a statement. Now, you've probably already heard, because we covered this extensively, like Cassie raped this dude. Now they're considering it rape because Cassie apparently like took his condom from off of him and then stuck his penis into her, like almost like within seconds. So like they was like having and like intercourse. She backed off, took it out, and then stuck it back in almost like right away.
What in the pleasurable? What is she doing? Like, she took the condom off and inserted himself. It's like, hey, I don't know. I don't know. Like maybe like that's crazy. But technically, like I know bros like, please don't please don't sticking it in for her. But the thing is, technically, you can't say that that's SA. You can't say somebing is SAing you. Females say that all the time. Role reversed. If a dude was to take the condom off during intercourse without the knowledge of the girl knowing, yeah, you can definitely get charged with that. Yeah, man. D-Love cracking up. He's a tether. He would say that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If a man did that, thank you. So that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, hey, it is what it is. It feels better that way. But if somebody didn't want you to do that, then you're technically assaulting that person. So let's get back to it, man. That's wild.
That's Stelfin. That's SA. Cassie apparently provided him the drugs, right? Before like their intercourse. Cassie, like did things to him, like apparently like gave.
Damn, so Cassie was the pusher, man. Like what the?
Gave him STDs, pissed on him when he did not consent to it. So she did a lot of things that this dude is saying, hold on, I did not consent to a lot of this. Also, I was trafficked by Cassie. She transported me, right? So if Cassie a victim, I'm a victim. I need my paper. That this dude is saying, hold on, I did not consent to a lot of this. Cassie, like did things to him, like apparently like gave him STDs, pissed on him when he did not.
Apparently gave him STDs and pissed on him. Man, what's up with y'all freaky people that like to pee on people, man? Like R. Kelly, what trips me out is how long these people wait to tell. Exactly. Like, didn't a lot of this stuff happen before like 2020? Like, that's the part that's crazy to me. Like, all this stuff happened down there 15, 20 years ago. And the funny part about it is it seemed like automatically, simultaneously, everybody get their memory back all of a sudden. Like, oh yeah, so-and-so did this to me. Soon as somebody come forward, that's where people start to believe that it's like a setup. Because when you have that's just crazy, man. And the sad part about it is if you've been doing things like that for a long time, like I try to look at things from both sides of it. So let's just say the person is guilty. If you've been a creep for 10, 15 years, and then soon as one person come out, then that's like the green light for multiple other people to come out, because a lot of times a lot of people don't want to be the first to do something because they're scared of just being by themselves, of embarrassment in a lot of situations. Cassie's situation, I don't think that was that. So we're not going along with that situation. You feel me? But I'm just playing devil's advocate. If somebody's been doing stuff like that for 10 years, I can see how all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, you have multiple cases from multiple people damn near saying the same thing of how a lot of stuff went. So that could actually happen. But like I said, in Cassie's situation, I don't think this isn't that. And what's up with these alleged STDs that she was giving people? Like, that's crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everybody coming out at the same time. Yeah, that shit is weird. What's the word, Brian? When the dollar's right, memories come to light. Hey, Brian is not lying though. You feel me? Hell yeah, man. I hope everything is better, bro. For sure. But hey, Brian is not lying. When that dollar amount, when it comes to light, yeah, everybody start remembering all of a sudden. Herpes simplex 666. Oh my Jesus. Oh, here this boy go, man. This dude is crazy. But that's what I'm saying. It's like you giving people STDs and stuff, and you're not guilty of anything. Like, where they do that at? Like, that's crazy. But yeah, she's the victim, right? So you FAing guys, you're R. Kellying people, and you giving them certain stuff. Like, come on now. Come on. I'm not like, nah, man. I'm not going.
I consent to it. So she did a lot of things that this dude is saying, hold on, I did not consent to a lot of this. Also, I was trafficked by Cassie. She transported me, right? So if Cassie is a victim, I'm a victim. I need my paper. Cassie knows this. She's out of Dodge. Now, the dude who's suing Cassie has responded back to Cassie fleeing the country and essentially avoiding accountability, civilly and criminally.
Hello, I'm Clayton Howard. I am the plaintiff suing Diddy and Cassie on these freak-offs that happened all these years ago with the male escorts and all of this stupidness that you now see all over social media. So for the last...
For some reason, I do not believe sausage lips. Like, the way how big his lips are, it just sounds like lies are just constantly coming out that motherfucker. He look like Caesar from Black Ink Crew, low key. But I don't know, man. I don't want to victim shame, though. What'd you say? Just ask Usher about STDs. Brian is just coming out the woodwork with everybody. I'm not gonna lie. Allegedly, yeah, that's what that one girl was saying about him. Allegedly, NBA YoungBoy is on that same thing. The crazy part about it is a lot of these people do have certain STDs. They have multiple partners. They be passing it around, and a lot of people in the industry sleep with the same person. So it just don't look good. Shake 'em head looking less and less like a victim. Man, hey, he must have got some hush money, because the first time I saw him, this nigga like in some basketball shorts. Now this nigga's in a fucking suit and tie. Like, who is this nigga, man? Jimmy Dean lives. This This nigga got the smoked sausages on his face, man. Like, come on now. Yeah, that nigga was just like Caesar for sure. Oh, bar sausage lips. Hey, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just look like lies that just just coming straight out that motherfucker, man. That's crazy. Let's go though.
Couple of months, audience, I've been quiet. I'm a law student. I'm not a professional prostitute. I'm not a male escort. All of that is being constantly circulated by the media has something to do with something that occurred in my past over 10 years ago. However, people need things to watch too, especially people who don't like to read and who are ignorant. So you guys who are social media junkies tend to listen to what all of the lying idiots who are racist and biased put whatever before your face simply to try to create stories and narratives to push agendas that may be in the minds or in the overall goal of people who are utilizing these social media outlets. People, I believe Cassie and her legal team have created a dedicated campaign to try to discredit me, stalk me, harass me, whatever it might be. Cassie has filed a motion to dismiss. But audience, Cassie has not disputed any of my allegations. Her motion to dismiss attacks me on timeliness of the allegations, stating that, oh, because it happened X amount of years ago, now it's too late to charge her or seek action against it.
The biggest mistake that Diddy ever made was paying Cassie. He still went to jail. He still got locked up. His reputation is still ruined. All his secrets is still out there. And if Cassie and her lawyers is in court saying, hey, he can't sue Cassie because there's a statute of limitation or this happened a long time ago, this is so wild. Yo, Diddy got scammed, bro. This is so wild, bro. Let's do just basic math real quick, or basic logic, okay? Cassie is suing Diddy for a freak off that took place, let's just say 2016. Clayton Howard is suing Cassie for freak offs that took place in 2016. Cassie and her...
I can't lie, man. This nigga lips... This looks like old boy that was from that meme and shit like that, man. That shit is crazy. But what y'all said? Oh, yeah. Hey, for some reason, I could not pay attention to what the fuck he was saying because that nigga lips are just like what the fuck? All I see is Buddy from Black. That's what I'm saying. Like Caesar the dog abuser and shit, bro. What'd you say, Brian? He's been sucking on them curl now. Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, bro. Bro got that look, man, like that permanent. Let's just keep it pushing, man. I don't mean to. My bad, man. My bad, man. You a victim, Brody. Let's not make fun of that.
Her lawyer, when they filed a lawsuit against Diddy, said she deserves $20 million for Diddy actions in terms of trafficking her, in terms of putting hands on her, violating her rights, and doing things to her in 2016. Okay. Well, if Clayton Howard is suing for Cassie doing those exact same things to him in 2016, and to take it a step further, he's suing for the exact same events, because much of what Cassie is suing for, and Clayton Howard was also present for. Cassie was claiming Diddy was drugging her, making her sleep with other men. Those men were Clayton Howard. So if they're literally suing for the exact same thing at the exact same date in the exact same events, then how can Cassie legal team say with a straight face, we deserve $20 million from Diddy for what he did to us at that time, but Clayton don't because Clayton is past the statute of limitation? So that meant they understood they were past the statute of limitation, but they still filed and was able to still scare and extort. That's extortion. That's literally extortion. They understood have won this because it was like probably past a statute. So they still filed anyway.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm distracted. All I see is that hairline. I've been hitting the CNH, man. Come on, Brian. Hell no. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Say hello to my big Bubba Gum. Hey, yeah, them lips, dude, they look abnormal. Yeah. I'm looking at his hairline also, and it's like, I'm just getting distracted, bro, for sure. It's a hat he's wearing. Damn. Well, he wearing a hair hat? Ah, shit. Sound like some Some Tommy Sotomayor shit, man.
So they could put out all of Diddy's business out there, forcing him to comply and give her $20 million of his own money. That's textbook extortion. Because if y'all knew that the lawsuit had no legal basis and y'all was only doing it to extort him out of money, that's crazy.
This nigga
But I don't think it's gonna be that easy for Cassie. I don't think a judge is gonna see what Cassie got and look at Clayton and say, "Oh yeah, you can't sue Cassie." No, she's gonna have to hold herself accountable. And I agree. I think Diddy was a monster. I think what Diddy did to Cassie was terrible. But I also think what Cassie did to Clayton was terrible. And I also think Cassie is a monster as well.
Her motion to dismiss tries to use a text message sent by me to her husband, trying to respect her marriage and not blow her up for the cum dumpster she actually is. Now, audience, I'm going to state something for a fact because Clayton Howard is no liar. I most certainly sent that text message to Alex Fine, and it wasn't because Cassandra Ventura is a truthful woman. It was because Alex Fine, being a man who simply was in love with a woman, he had no knowledge of the truth of what really happened with Cassie because he wasn't in those rooms. So out of respect for this guy, I didn't contact him and say, yo, your wife is a cum-catching, cum-dumpster, a liar. I tried to contact him with a velvet glove, hoping that contacting him favorably would allow Cassandra to reach out to me to explain to me the things that I was hearing in the media. Because, audience, I knew she was lying from the beginning of when I first heard the media reports. Now, audience, you should know something that's really very valid, that the Wigdor law firm seemed to leave out of their arguing that I'm trying to go after Cassie's money. People, I was directed to the U.S. Attorney's Office by the Wigdor law firm. Wigdor sent me to the U.S. Attorney's Office because he knew that Clayton Howard was the guy and that I could verify everything Cassie said. What he was hoping on is that racism and bias in the use of domestic violence would make my voice and my allegations, I want to say, non-prosecutable. He was hoping that he would be able to work with the corruption of the U.S. Attorney's Office to protect Cassie, even though everyone knows at this point that Cassie is lying.
Cassie and her attorney have told.
I'm not gonna lie, Bubble Lips sound like he telling the truth, man. That's crazy. Cum dumpster. Damn. That nigga was not playing. The ultimate lineup. Oh, hell no, man. Yeah, Flacco shit is messed up, man. Hey, Brian. Precision laser lineup by AI. Man, that nigga like he got his hair lined up by like a dull butter knife or something. Like, what the fuck? I actually agree with this hairline for once. Yeah, man. Hey. Yeah, man. That's very inflammatory. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not gonna lie, like that verbiage sound very harsh, but at the end of the day, like, do you think this guy is lying? Like, I don't think so. Like, that's the crazy part about it. Like, it's like it's crazy how a lot of chicks can get away with, like, you know, the whole stereotype of being these nice, feminine, clean, just unfreaky type of people, but they be the main people with all this shit, man. Like that, like Cassie, she fooled a lot of people, but I ain't falling for it. Yeah, Bubble Lips, man. Yeah. He looks like Loki kind of spitting at the end of that though. On his hairline talking, but his lips are too flat. Hey, for real though. I gotta pay attention. Like, where's the voice coming from? Is it coming from the hairline? But seriously, if this is true, she needs to be locked up. Hey, no lie. If this is true, what make her different than Diddy? People was all on Diddy ass. Pause. They was all on Diddy because the storyline just sounded so salacious. The 100 bottles of baby oil, the actual video of him giving her the uppercut and stomp the yard with her and stuff like that. That in a public light, that's what you considered a gaffe. A gaffe basically is like something that people kind of suspected you doing, and then you actually showing through video or being proven right. Like If somebody thought Diddy was a dumbass and then he, say some stupid shit, people would be like, "Yep, see, I knew he was dumb." So people already speculated that Diddy was this creep and this loser. They already thought and speculated that he had something to do with Tupac and Biggie death. So for people to say that he's been doing stuff to Cassie and had like this whole this freak layer going on, people gonna believe it. So yeah, Cassie just fell right into victimhood, and a lot of people really believe like she's innocent, and that's not true. I believe lips. Hey, for real though, I don't think he's lying. Brother coming across like very articulate too. What Brian say? Knocked up or locked up? Well, she already been knocked up, so she need to be locked up. You feel me? Like, that's the only thing, because people will talk about, oh, she needs her justice. So what about the people that she actually abused? Like, that's crazy. And you think it's ironic that she's going to a place to where she can't be extradited? Like, come on now. Like, let's be for real. If you had nothing to hide, you wouldn't be going to these places that you need to get your freedom and all that shit. Come on now. Is Muffin Cat speaking? Hey, that's what I'm saying though. Nope. Locked up there stuff she can pass to her babies. And I heard she got 3. Wait, what? Oh shit, I didn't know that. Like, wait, hold up. She got 3. Killer Instant 32 hit combo by Diddy. Damn. Ultra combo. Like, yeah, he was on her ass like that. And that's not right at all. That's not right at all. We not gonna tolerate that type of shit. But all that other stuff that we don't know about, or that we kind of seen leaks from, 50 Cent back in the day, he, like, before all this stuff happened, 50 was talking to Diddy, talking about, hey man, yeah, these pictures are circulating. So people already, that's why I said, like, the industry is small. People be knowing a lot of this stuff that be going on behind the scenes. They don't say nothing because they don't want to mess up the money. And then as soon as it come to light, then you get all these people, oh yeah, we need to cancel so-and-so. Y'all been knowing about this all this time. So why y'all never said anything? That's the part that really kills me, and that's what I'm saying. 50 Cent, it's a video going around where he was talking about, matter of fact, I made a short about that video on my classic music channel. Check it out. Where he was detailing how he told Diddy, like, hey, I seen some freaky pictures of Cassie that came from Diddy. And Diddy was asking 50, like, hey man, like, where you find this at? So people already knew about all the stuff that was going on, man. Like, people just trying to play dumb. Brian said, I want to see a Mortal Kombat with Diddy versus R. Kelly. Yeah. Diddy will probably win that one. I don't know. Yeah, classmates. That's what I'm saying. Hey, for real though, man. Like, people want to be all loud and boisterous for Cassie getting her justice and shit like that. But I really believe that Cassie done some things that she need to actually be accountable for. Yeah, Brian. And now that I think about it, I said Diddy will probably win, but low key, Diddy, he'll probably have like some like baby oil and shit that people be slipping and sliding over. And then R. Kelly, he'll probably have some powerful music notes or something, or be pissing on his people as a fatality. I don't know. That'd be crazy though. Let's get back to it.
Oh, the U.S. Attorney Office that this man Clayton Howard was one of the victims, and they told them that because they thought that Clayton Howard would have said against Diddy. But when Clayton Howard goes to the U.S. Attorney Office, he tells them, well, Cassie is who transported me. Cassie is who paid me. I did communicate with Cassie outside of Diddy. Cassie and me did talk outside of Diddy, right? When me and Cassie had our one-on-ones, Cassie gave me STDs. Cassie is who stealthed me. She took off my condom. So once he said all of that, they didn't call him to testify against Diddy because they didn't want him to say those things on the stand. So you don't get to identify this man as a victim. And now when he wants to be treated as a victim and get compensated, now all of a sudden is, he just want like Cassie's money. Cassie got the $20 million. Damn, because she enjoyed her $20 million? Well, you wanted that same 20 from Diddy for things that took place in the same time frame as the things that you supposedly did to Clayton Howard. See, bro, you can't have your cake and eat it too, right? If in Cassie's world, she's a monster and Clayton's a victim, and in Cassie's world, he's also obligated to that $20 million compensation.
I'm not gonna lie, that's some very wild claims. You know, Dila, what happened in that room before he caught her in front of the elevator? I'm not gonna lie, people were speculating that she was trying to get away with some of that special stuff that they had, like because they said allegedly that there was GHP or GHB, I think it's GHP, that they had in the baby oil, and you know he had some pink C word, and allegedly she was leaving with a lot of that, because you notice when all that shit happened, the first thing he went for was her bag. So what was in that bag that was so precious to where he ended up, you know, was going after that? And I'm not gonna lie, that low-key kind of sound right. Like, you not mad that you want to leave, and you're not. remember when remember when Sweetie and Quavo, they was talking about they had a argument over a Louis bag in the elevator and stuff. Diddy got too much money to be worried about a damn bag. So he's not worried about that bag. It's what's in that bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if she had like one of them camcorders that from one of their sessions or something? So, you know, she was definitely leaving with some stuff that he didn't want her to leave with. And that's crazy. D-Lo said she could have stole something and left up out of there like a crackhead, right? Exactly. There it is. Hey, and that's what I'm saying. Like, come on. Like, you don't think that's possible, that she could be trying to leave with something that Diddy considered valuable? And that's another thing. Like, when Diddy got locked up, that was part of his stuff. He was saying, like, you know, I was on these substances and I wasn't really being myself. I think he said that in his apology video too, right? When he gave that half-ass apology where he was talking about, yeah, you know, I'm about to go clean, go rehab type of stuff or whatever. So if he was on it like that, then yeah, if she left with any of your stuff, you'll be pressed about it. She was stealing Diddy 11 herbs and spices. Yeah, man. And we know what type of herbs and spices that was. Yeah, she stole something for sure. This dude Brian a fool. Stole his dignity, probably, man. He been lost that allegedly. He don't care about that shit, man. But that is just crazy. Neither one of them are innocent, in my opinion. She needs to be locked up also. I'm not gonna lie, D-Love, you are very correct on that. I think that is very crazy that everybody been vocal, loud, and boisterous that Diddy needs to be locked up. So if you believe that Diddy needs to be locked up, so does Cassie. Allegedly, these things that's been done, the SA in somebody, the disease spreading, it's just the alleged drugging, you know, there's a double standard going on. And from what's being said, there could be another victim. As far as I'm talking about Bubba Lips, Big Lips, he could actually get the money that was supposed to go to Cassie before Cassie even get a chance to touch it. So that do sound like a power play, to where you know that that's a potential threat. So you go overseas or you go offline to where they can't get your money, they can't extradite you, they can't take your money, to where you're getting away scot-free, basically. And we've seen this time and time again. I side-eyed her always because she could have gotten away. Exactly. Yep, it's double standard. And I'm not for that. Like at the end of the day, right is right and wrong is wrong. And if you're doing these things, spreading diseases, assaulting people, yeah. Come on now. And the crazy thing about this whole thing, I believe, and this is just my own opinion, when certain people feel like that they're in a position of power, sometimes they let that power get to their head to where they just start doing things that's egregious. And a lot of people let power corrupt them. Shit, look at Diddy. I've seen so many clips of Diddy being extra possessive to the point to where, and honestly, in order to be a very successful business person, you have to have that killer instinct. You got to be super hungry. Sometimes people become savages in that same tone. I mean, in that same breath. So you really have to curl how savage you become. And sometimes people just can't even control it, and they're just super savages. So with Diddy, I think he's just a victim of his own circumstance. And I don't think it stopped with Diddy either. I'm pretty sure that behavior was learned from higher ups that he was dealing with. And he saw certain people get away with things, and he thought that he was able to do the same thing. But it goes to show you, when you're black, you can't get away with a lot of the things that all these other people have, because you don't have the same amount of money and you don't have the same connections that runs bloodline deep. So, I just think everything is crazy. She needs to be extradited. To be honest with you, they need to stop her before she can actually leave. Like, from what I'm putting together now, she's basically saying that, did she already leave yet? Chat, did she leave? Because from what I'm hearing, I'm thinking she's about to leave or trying to leave, and she's making a public statement of this. So how are you able to move about without anybody interfering? The only reason why I believe that that's possible is because they don't look at her as a suspect like that. But let the roles be reversed and somebody put these claims on you, they'll really be stopping you from moving abroad and all that other stuff. But since it's Cassie, okay, wait, hold on. Money brings out the worst in people that have no core values. Yes. And some people can have values, but they let the money pollute their mind to where they just start doing crazy shit. Like they lose all moral, they just lose their whole moral compass. Yeah, for sure. I thought he said she was gone. If she's gone, that's a damn shame. That's a damn shame. How are you able to leave? Like, come on now. Yeah. That's crazy. My bad. If she haven't left, I mean, if she did leave, then I think that the justice system really did fail in this particular situation, because how long this guy's been talking about this? He's been saying this for a while. He just said in the video that he wanted to speak his case, but the attorneys or whoever it was, the powers that be, they was trying to block him so he don't say anything, because that would have jeopardized Diddy case. Because if Diddy would have been found less guilty and Cassie was able to absorb some of the blame, then Diddy probably would have got away. So, the justice system is kind of funny like that. Don't she have to pay taxes of that money? Yeah, I'm pretty like, I don't know how they go. When you get awarded money, Uncle Sam is so gritty. I wouldn't be surprised if you did have to pay taxes.
Probably Diddy give him 10, you give him 10, but you won't get to enjoy all your money, bruh. Now she's overseas trying to put the money in offshore accounts, trying to hide it. This woman is dangerous, bro.
She overseas.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just
all
by
right,
thinking about
you
it.
Correct on that for sure. So she's overseas right now. That's crazy.
So, people, what happened is the U.S. Attorney's Office leaned on the attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, and this is why myself and Edmund Laurent action was not filed against Cassie, because the U.S. Attorney's Office leaned on Tyrone Blackburn not to sue Cassie until after the Diddy trial, which made the allegations of the true victims of the Diddy freak-offs and the sex trafficking conspiracy of Cassie, Daphne Joy, and Sean Combs, which made those victims, how do I say this correctly, which denied those victims justice. The real victims, the men who were manipulated by Jane Doe, by Cassandra Ventura, the dozens of men who this happened to for years. Many people might want to say that the men aren't victims because the men were paid. People, you have prostituting women every day who say that the men who have been flying them around the country, sex traffic and abuse them, they go to court and they destroy these men's lives. What's the difference with a man who's saying the same thing about a woman who actually testified during a criminal trial to do it? Audience, Cassie admitted to sex trafficking me. Cassie admitted to lying on me. Cassie admitted to creating an environment that was completely deceptive of the truth of the narrative that what was going on, at least to me. People, by all legal terminology, that's coercion. If she wasn't willing to tell me who she really was and what was going on, people, she was lying to me. She hid her identity for multiple years for the sole purpose of lying to me and convincing me that herself and Sean Combs were husband and wife.
Sound like a victim to me. Sound like a new charge to me. Hey, man, you coerced that man, man. Oh, I like this brother Clayton Howard, man. Oh, he know how to speak that white man language, man. He know how to speak them white folks language, man. Oh, this is coercion. This is stealthing. This is manipulation. This is trafficking. Oh, no. This brother is a crook. I ain't gonna lie, man. This brother is a crook. He's a con artist, but I love this brother, man. I love this brother, man. Bro, get your bag, man. Bro really in court acting like getting a chance to smash prime Cassie. What's the worst thing in the world? Oh, Your Honor, they coerced me into doing it. Oh, I wouldn't have done it. Oh, it was a bad experience. Oh, they trafficked me. Oh, come on. Hey, man, sir, get your bag, black man. Get your black bag, brother. Let me know in the comment section, what do you...
Yeah, y'all check out Poetic Flacco videos, man. And I'm not gonna lie, on the real, come on, man. Yeah, a lot of dudes they'll want to smash Cassie, but then on top of the fact, it's like, what's the STDs? Because it could be the baddest chick in the world, but if she got some STDs, I'm not gonna try to smash that. You feel me? I'll pass like Magic Johnson in this motherfucker. Like, come on, like this is just very crazy. Wait, what you said about right? Bubble Lips is right. Hey, that dude was spitting. That nigga got his suit on and all that shit. Let me find out he worked that job to pay for law school. Hey, that's the same like how them females would be stripping to go through college and shit. So hey, I wouldn't be surprised at all, man. Brian said, reminds me of that thing that happened with with Lizzo about the male strippers. Yeah, Lizzo had a situation where they were saying like she was forcing her co-workers and dancers to do stuff with these strippers and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of similar to that. Yeah, you right though, bro. Yeah, it's her. White man language because he is articulate, shaking my head, ignorant tether. Man, D Love is not gonna get off of that nigga Poetic Flacco neck. Just stay on that motherfucker 24/7. And that's real though. Hey, that's very stereotypical. Oh, you sound white because you're worried about your credit score. You sound white because you're worried about eating what's that? Prep meals, and you sound white because you talk proper and all that stuff. That's just pigeonhole us to where we can't express ourselves and we can't flourish in different ways. So I agree. That's that ignorant tether language right there. You feel me? But yeah, man, this whole situation is crazy with Cassie. Nope, every rip I'm on it. Hey, for real though, man. I don't think Cassie is this crazy victim that's been put out there like that. I believe, my opinion, that she had stuff to do with this. We've seen in this video, allegedly she was making payments, she was picking these dudes up and stuff. When these activities was going on, I'm pretty sure she enjoyed it. So it's crazy how she was able to have her cake, eat it too, and then go somewhere to where she can't be extradited from or face consequences for her actions, and how everything just landed on Diddy. It's crazy. Brian said, I was once accused of being white, so I was given the black quiz. Oh my god, what the hell? Yeah, man, that's crazy. Question number one was when's MLK birthday? Yeah, bro, that's crazy, man. Yeah, man. Hey, this is a dope live. I appreciate y'all pulling up. D Love, Brian, everybody that's watching on the other platforms and everything. Make sure that y'all like and y'all subscribe. I got a studio session I gotta go to, so I gotta cut it short and everything. But I'm gonna get back to the regular schedule as far as Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I'm gonna have some people on here. Like, I could have pulled some other people up here last minute, but I wanted to, I don't like, throwing people on the fire like that. Like to try to give them some time. So check us out Tuesday. I'm gonna have a special guest up here. We're gonna have our discussions and everything. I appreciate everybody that pulled up. Much love to y'all, man. And on that note, I'm out.
Yo, you now rocking with classic music. Now what I want you to do is hit that like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Yeah, let's get it.